Okay, hello everybody. I am going to introduce you to some ideas. Tucker Carlson, Hannity, the Trump administration has not introduced you to. Something that I think we should all think about. Remember, in my college education, I've stressed to you the importance of continually asking yourself, what does this mean? What does this mean? I've also taught you to always look for what's not there. Okay? Like, I'm going to tell you the biggie that's not there. We know how Jerry Nadler feels about the president. And the squad. We know how they feel about the Trump administration. Everybody knows about that. Please notice, nota bene, note well, that no one has asked Trump supporters how they feel about anything. Isn't that strange? Well, I think I can speak for them because I know them. I've been one of them all my life. How do we deal with the fact that 59 police officers were injured in Seattle last weekend? You know we don't like it, and I don't think you have any idea how much we don't like it. Okay? How do we feel about a federal courthouse being firebombed? I don't know whether it was Portland or Seattle, what does it matter? Except it's two cities, more than one. Same thing. You know we don't like it, but you don't know how much. Okay? How do you think we feel about Biden and Camilla, Vice President Camilla, or Vice President, the woman from Atlanta, Stacey Abrams. What? All right.
Ocasio.
The big woman from Atlanta.
Ocasio.
What are you saying, Tech?
Ocasio-Cortez.
Ocasio-Cortez. She can't be the vice president. She's too young. How do you think we feel about that? You know we don't like it. You have no idea how much we don't like it. That's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give you a hypothetical now. If you asked the Trump supporters which they would prefer, an executive branch which has been occupied by Biden, Stacey Abrams, the squad, Tech calls it Ocasio-Cortez. All right, would we prefer having Biden in office or a Trumpocracy, a new form of government led by Trump? You know what he would do? he would take my advice about democracy, because he would not want to appear as a dictator. He would want people to know that he had the majority support of the people, that he was really the head of a democracy, a direct, pure Athenian democracy. Because I know he would. Because I'm sure everybody agrees with me about that. He will not. He's not looking to go down in the history books as an ogre. See? So what do we have to do? I love the expression, keep it real in the hood. Let's say how we feel. Okay, let's not hide it. Let's not hide it. Let's come out in the open with it. Get it off our chests. No. If I could have Trump as a trustee in bankruptcy from the American people, with all power in his hand, subject to our democracy, I would very much prefer this to the alternative. And what did Popeye say? That's all I can stand. I can't stand no more. Well, that's how we feel, the Trump supporters, with the looting, the rioting, the entry of our police, a policeman committing suicide. That's all we can stand. We can't stand no more. You think that we're going to let the Dems, let's just call them the Dems, let's be nice. If you think we're going to let the Dems shove Joe Biden, who is a senile, demented man, down our throats, and we're going to let him tell us what to do, shut us down, okay, again, lock us down, lockdown. Lockdown is what you do with prisoners. And we have been made to feel like prisoners. Nobody asked us. This is supposed to be a democracy. You remember anybody asking us how we felt about a lockdown? About not being able to stay in business? Okay? Not being able to go to your job? Well, you're taking a risk. Well, that's up to us. Shouldn't that be up to us? I mean, we now know that the lockdown was completely bogus as far as a panacea somehow, or not panacea, the appropriate medical answer to the threat of coronavirus deaths. People talked about Sweden's figures, and they never bothered to do a little research and find out that when you subtract the 3,000 from the 7,000 deaths, you subtract the 3,000 Swedish deaths that were in nursing homes, so it's with people that were locked down, were already on lockdown. So now we're talking about over 4,000 people, Swedes, that died from the coronavirus. When you now factor in the fact that Swedes live on average 4 years longer than we do, see, and that's a vulnerable population. Those are the people that die. They live to be 80, 82, or 80, 81, 82. These are the most vulnerable people. In Italy, I think, most of the people were 80 or older that died. All right, so we were had. Trump was weak. He did not know. We can't blame Trump because he didn't know the strength and the passion of the support behind him, okay, and that we are behind him. And if he decides, I mean, you know, God forbid the end of our country, you know, America, the democracy, this ancient, 200-year-old democracy. What is it, 240 or 50 years old? I mean, nobody wants to see the end of this, but as far as Biden, Stacey Abrams, or whoever he picks being our president, I just don't. I speak for myself. You know, I'm not going to do anything acting alone. Anything. I should live so long. I mean, I could drop dead any minute. I'm so old, 77. Yeah, but if he asks us to support him and they take over the government when he is certain, and we're all pretty much giving up the ghost on. I'm not giving up. That's a bad note. We've all pretty much resigned ourselves to a Biden victory. And it looks really like a lead pipe cinch for Biden. And Trump says, are you with me? The people who matter, the people in the military and the police and the NRA and their supporters, they are going to say, yes, Mr. President, we are behind you. We are ready to give our lives for you. Okay? Don't worry, nobody's going to die. Nobody's going to die. This would be a change in government. It would be over before you know it, within weeks. I said nobody's going to die. We are not going to die, okay? So we know that, because we have the guns, we have the tanks, police vehicles, so obviously we're not going to die. Okay? And I hope that nobody else is going to die either, but that will be on them, as a kid said, that will be on them. Hey, man, tell me if I'm an old lunatic who's out of his mind, you know? He doesn't know what he's talking about. I mean, is this not what you believe? But I don't think so. I mean, I don't think I'm an old lunatic. I've done 50 live streams for you, and I've debunked Einstein. Nobody has. I haven't heard a pip or a squeak from any of the pipsqueaks that are that want to back Einstein, postmodernists. Nobody's backing Einstein in this argument. I mean, come on, I cited a Jewish chairman of the Department of Physics in Boston University who had been a physics PhD at Harvard, writing a paper that mass, a particle on an accelerator, for example, cannot reach the speed of light. Well, Einstein's got, that's 182,000 feet per second. Einstein's got light, in his theory, going over 3 trillion feet per second. When the particle, when the body mass turns into energy. Totally, pulled this out of his derriere. He's a commie. I give him full credit for his Nobel laureate in thermodynamics, but he was a commie. He wrote a book praising social Marxism and Lenin. He was a commie. His stuff is nothing but social Marxism. Or how about this idea that time is relative, the theory of relativity? How can you say anything about time if, as Stephen Hawking says, time is a mystery? That means we don't know what it is. Nobody does know what it is. And then you have to put it in this first Einstein equation, where the particle is traveling at the speed of light squared, 3 trillion feet plus per second. You've got to put this body of mass now in this kind of a context before it becomes, before time slows down for it, before time slows down for that body of mass. Well, you ain't doing that. And it doesn't make any sense. Talking about time slowing down, because you slow down something, it's move. So he's not talking about time slowing down, he's talking about mass slowing down when it reaches a certain speed. Okay? Well, we know he's full of doo-doo because of the other theory about a particle traveling 3 plus trillion feet per second. Ain't happening. All right, so I'm not stupid. Just go Google Campanile University City Candy. You don't know how stupid I am. No attorney in the United States, probably in the history of the world, would have taken this man's case. It had been filed, so the statute of limitations had not run, which is 4 years before it, and then sent to storage, waiting for the man to take $100,000 that the city offered him. My jury, after 5 days of trial, was out for an hour and a half. Verdict in 2004 in the Deep South, 18 million, largest verdict in the history of Central and Northern Florida. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not so dumb. Okay. And this is what I feel in my guts. That smart, affluent Republican men, who worked all their lives, to create wealth for their families, they're going to have some nitwits come and destroy our economy, and then if they can get it through both houses, they're going to start confiscating our wealth with wealth taxes. No, we ain't having that. We have no interest in that, and we dislike Antifa and the Black Lives Matter Marxists. I mean, we dislike them just as much as they dislike police and they dislike federal courthouses. I'm talking about total war, in which only one side is able to fight. The other side has no tanks, no airplanes, no guns, no brains. Okay? It's not going to be a fight. It's going to be like the Iraq War, in which we lost one tank. Okay? No, this is what I see coming. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope that people, more, middle of the road people, get sick of the. That's probably what Trump is doing. He's letting this. He knows that this rioting. Injury to police, 500 police cars, police vehicles damaged. So Trump knows that this is going to turn the tide for him, that middle of the road people are not going to be cool with this. As the homies say, they ain't going to be cool with it, and they are going to they're going to vote. They're going to reelect him. That's his modus operandi right now. They're going to reelect him because they're not going to be able to tolerate it. Sure, let the Dems give them enough rope to hang themselves. That's what Trump's trying to do right now. But my God, I mean, how'd you let your son or grandson and the police to get injured by these scumbags? How would you like that? It's really intolerable.
What do you think of Mr. Trump being a little bit out of shape?
Okay, all right. Shmuley has something to say. Step up here to the plate now.
What do you think of Mr. Trump's...
Hey, turn off the air. It's too noisy. They can't hear you. Can they hear you? Did you turn it off? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
Huh?
What? Yeah, so what do you think of Trump being a little bit fat?
A little bit what?
Fat.
What?
Fat.
You don't want me to hear you because you don't talk to
fat.
fat. Well, I gave him hell in my last YouTube about he's going to die on us. We can't have him dying on us.
We're still on.
I'm still on.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, Shmuley has something to say. Speak up, Shmuley.
I was saying, but do you think it is appetite? Why is he so fat?
You think they heard that?
Yes. Yeah, they hear the microphone very sensitive. They can hear.
All right, he wants me to again entreat President Trump, our beloved leader, to stop eating. You're going to feel so much better, and you know it. And you see, he's probably overeating. We're watching him get fatter and fatter. It's got to be reversed. He's probably doing this because of the stress on the man. I mean, if I were him, I would be going crazy. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I guess Shmuley says he only sleeps 4 hours. Is that right?
Yeah.
God. Well, that's not enough. You know, we want him to be around. I want him to be around indefinitely. Okay, I personally do. Okay. I mean, I think he's a marvel. He's a blessing. I mean, look what he's done for us. Look what he's done for the black people and the smart people, the smart black people like Kanye. Smart black people. Who have something, work for something, and have something. They love Trump just as much as I do. Okay, Kanye loves him just as much as I do. All right, Trump, Scott, please let's start petitioning to please stop eating junk food, start exercising, lose weight. I mean, there's too much riding on this. Anything else, Shmuley?
What do you think of stock markets?
What do I think of what?
Stock market.
Oh, God. Who?
The stock market.
Oh, the stock market. God, it's See, we can pull out of this. With Trump, we can pull out of this lockdown mess. You think we're going to pull out of it with Biden? No, he's going to make it worse. He's going to be doing counterproductive things, calling for tax increases. No, I think that, I'm delirious with joy. You can imagine how happy I am about the stock market, my portfolio. Wow. I think that it's going to maintain its current level or increase because investors are farsighted. Okay? If they see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they see a complete resurgence, they're going to hang in there. They're not going to sell. because we could be 2 quarters away. You know, in China, oh man, I mean, if everybody went crazy, just said, hey, we want paybacks now. We want things really straightened out, and we want them straightened out immediately. And they wrote me in, okay? They wrote me in as trustee in bankruptcy. It's where it says president. You would fill my name in. And if I became president, acting as a trustee in bankruptcy this November, I would demand that Trump stay on and help me out. And the dictatorship, the hostile dictatorship in China, it would be over. It would be over in days. Okay? I would impose a trusteeship on China, get them straightened out, let them have free elections. And then as soon as I saw that human rights were being protected, and there was not going to be any more of this preying on the United States, I would take the military out. Okay, I would do exactly the same thing with Venezuela. I mean, that's inhumane what we're doing, standing by and watching this monstrous affair. People starving in Venezuela. I mean, how can we sit by and watch a communist dictatorship in our hemisphere causing widespread human suffering? I mean, where's your soul? If you're listening to me, don't you have a soul? I mean, doesn't it hurt you to watch this, hear about this, when you know we could rectify this in a week? Probably a few days. We could impose a trusteeship, and then educate, get the support of the people, and then hold free elections. I don't understand zombie nation. My people, my masters of people. I mean, the people that don't know that the United States is on the North American continent, they don't know what the continent is. They don't know how many there are. I mean, our typical junior high school graduate, okay? Cop. You know, for the typical Dem, there's only one question for him. Who will give me more? And the answer, of course, is the Democrats are always promising more. That's the only question in his mind. He doesn't even understand, you know, the larger questions of the economy. He doesn't understand. He's not interested. He's interested in his economy, you know? His job, you know, he used to be delivering pizza, now he can't deliver pizza anymore. That's a bad example. He's probably still delivering pizza, but no, he's worried about his own economy, and I understand that. His own loss of a job. I understand that. That's why I say, if old people are old and fat, and they catch the flu or they catch the coronavirus, too bad. How sad. They impose this vulnerability on themselves very unwisely, knowing this was very unwise, very dangerous, and too bad. You know, how sad. But as the homies say, it is what it is. And all the king's horses, all the king's men, you know, masking, and locking down, and so on. It did not put Humpty Dumpty together again, you know, for the old and the obese. You know, they got the virus, It's a matter of you can run, but you can't hide. They got it despite all this. And and then our governor, when they were taking off ventilators, they were put in the nursing homes when they were still infected, you know. And so in New York, half of the people that died were people in nursing homes and exposed by the governor to the coronavirus. Man, so you don't need stupid people to run things. I mean, if you had one person to run everything, me, okay, and everybody was volunteering, and we were spending all that squandered money, you know, on infrastructure and other constructive, you know, things. Man, what a country this could be. Well, Adolf Hitler did this for Germany, but I'm not Adolf Hitler. You know, I'm not. Here's a Jew right here. I'm not going to kill him. Right here, I can. He says, shh. He's afraid they're going to come and get him. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not going to start any wars. You know, I mean, who do we want to conquer? Mexico? No thanks. No, we're not going to start any wars under my. If I become trustee in bankruptcy, that's the last thing we're going to do. Or kill anybody, you know. And we need our Jews. We need them. I mean, desperately. I mean, you get a certain condition, you need a certain operation. You know. Jew might be the only one that can do it. I mean, literally. I mean, I've seen it myself. In my lifetime, one person has seen it. So no, we're not gonna kill our Jews, or we're not gonna persecute anybody. Everybody's going to be equal. Everybody's going to have equal opportunity. Okay? Don't get me started on affirmative action, though. No, that is a terrible idea. Giving somebody a job he's not qualified to do because of his race. No. People pay a horrible price for this. I have personally, more than once, not a horrible price once, yes. I paid a serious price a couple other times, so that's one person. So no, this is a bad idea. Whose time is over. We gotta get rid of it. And we want everybody showing their potential. We want everybody getting a optimal opportunity to reach their potential, develop their potential. And at the same time, no more of this putting people in jobs they can't do. I mean, we have, it's not all affirmative action either. I mean, that's why a good solid 1%. The rest is just total lack of regulation. There's no regulation. It's bogus. Everything's bought off. I mean, look at how the Security Exchange Commission protected us from Bernie Madoff, prevented him from stealing $65 billion. No, that was crooked. Somebody went to them long before he was arrested and drew him a picture, told him, explained everything to him what Bernie Madoff was doing. And, they weren't arrested. They were intermarried with Bernie Madoff. He was the SEC. And SEC members' daughter married one of Bernie Madoff's two sons. That's pretty damn close, isn't it? Pretty good. I'd call them good friends. And that's what happened. They were good friends. They fused. And when they had all of the dirt on Bernie, they needed all the ammunition. They probably knew what he was doing. That's how rotten our government is. It's so good. So good. Everybody goes to prison in the United States. They have exactly the same chance, statistically, of going to prison if you're innocent that you do if you're guilty. We can get those people out of prison. We gotta exonerate those people. Our government is so rotten, so it's corrupt, it's ineffective. You gotta get rid of it. I mean, I know you're not ready for this. I know you're ready. I know you're ready to support Donald Trump if he has to postpone the election because of voter fraud and/or coronavirus and/or the violence. I'm a little slow, I'm a little slow. That's what happens. You can't reel things off, like I did when I was a kid. You can reel things off. Sometimes I'm faster, but sometimes I'm slower. That's the way it is. What's the alternative, Anything else, Shmuley?
No.
You sure?
No.
Okay. Oh God. Yeah, I got started on my writer's workshop. I'm just gonna have my own. I know I can do a better job in Iowa State or Virginia. Or it goes on and on and on. Everybody's got their hands in everything. Everybody is. We're monetarily optimized or maximized, not optimized, maximized. Any way you can make a buck in this country, somebody's making that buck. But I can make you a better writer than any of these 100 writers workshops. Just listen to my talks about writing. Read my stuff. Read my free samples of all my work. So anyway, I'm having fun, and it's good for old timers like me to exercise their brain. It's analogous to this, speed exercise, where I'm doing it, by the way, it's helping me. Where you just wind yourself, you do something, you get on the exercise cycle. Try this yourself, it's great. And you do like 30 seconds of top speed, all out. And then you get, so you're winded, you're gasping for air. And then you wait till you get your breath back, then you do it again. Do that, a couple times a day, every day. So I'm doing the same thing, except I'm doing it cognitively, using my mind. You see, you've watched me doing 50 of these. You've seen how much better I've gotten, and how much more fluid and fluent, and no, it's helped me. It's really helped me cognitively. So the moral of the story is use your brain if you're an old timer. Really use it. Max it out. So, enough entertainment for the day. I'm going to go down here and find end stream, and I'm going to end it.